So students, today as I told you, we are learning about the central nervous system. So we already have learned about the control and coordination process and the types of central nervous system. So before starting this topic, you must are aware about what is control and coordination and the types of nervous system present in human being. As we know that there are three main types of nervous systems are present: the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and autonomous nervous system. So we'll begin our study with the central nervous system. Now tell me, what are the components of central nervous system, and can you tell me the functions of these components? No? Okay, no problem. Let's learn it. So beta, the central nervous system have two major components, brain and spinal cord. And you can see here the brain and spinal cord both are located on the axis of the body, and that is why it is called central nervous system, or in short we can say it CNS. Now let us see how the brain is protected. As we know that brain is very fragile organ, very delicate organ. So you know that the brain is located inside the cranium or the skull cavity, inside the bones of cranium. But in between the bones and the brain, there are three layers which are called as meninges. The three meninges are dura mater, arachnoid, and pia mater. And these three meninges, in between these three meninges, some gaps are there, and these gaps are filled with the cerebrospinal fluid. The cerebrospinal fluid acts as the shock absorber and protects our brain from the mechanical injuries. Beside that, blood-brain barrier is also there, which controls the entry of unwanted chemicals and particles inside the brain through bloodstream. Now we have to understand the surface structure of the brain. Anatomy means the study of internal structure. So because brain is located inside the body, that is why we are studying its anatomy. So on the brain some ridges and some shallow grooves are present. So these ridges, elevated ridges, are known as gyri, and the shallow grooves, grooves मतलब खांचे अंदर धसे हुए, so grooves are present and they are called as sulci. These gyri and sulci helps to increase the surface area of this cerebrum or the forebrain. Our complete brain is divided into three major regions: the forebrain, this one, and the midbrain, which is located in between the middle side, and this is the hindbrain or the last part of the brain, where it have the component cerebellum and the medulla. Now the forebrain or the forebrain consists of cerebrum and so the cerebrum itself is made up of two halves, and each half is known as cerebral hemisphere. And you can see here, these are the cerebral hemisphere, in which a ridge is there which divides the cerebrum into two halves or two cerebral hemisphere. These are the cerebral hemisphere, and this is the brain stem. You can imagine a tree like structure where this is the stem and this is complete canopy of the tree. So this is the cerebral hemisphere, and in between both the cerebral hemisphere, this brain stem is there, which is made up of actually the midbrain and the hindbrain. Hindbrain itself is made up of the pons, medulla oblongata, and this structure called as cerebellum. Now this is the sagittal section of the brain, in which you can see this first part is cerebral hemisphere, the second part is corpus callosum, which connects both the cerebral hemisphere together. Then this one is third part is the thalamus, and the fourth part, this is the midbrain. Then the fifth pons, and the sixth cerebellum, and seventh medulla oblongata. So the fifth, sixth and seventh, that means pons, cerebellum and medulla oblongata together makes the hindbrain. Now this is the simplified structure of the human brain. Remember beta, the diagram of human brain is many times asked in the final board exams also. So you have to learn this diagram too. Now when we talk about the functions of human brain, then it has been imagined that the cerebrum itself controls most of the body parts function. You can see a small human-like structure where with complete face, tongue, hands and legs are there. So we can say that the many functions are controlled by the cerebrum itself, and that is why it believes that a small little man-like structure is there which controls the whole body parts function, and that this is called homunculus. It is just the imaginary. हम सबके दिमाग में ऐसा कोई छोटा आदमी बैठा हुआ नहीं है, ठीक है. So this is called homunculus or body map, in which human bodies specially represent where on cortex and upside down. Now the functions of different parts of brain. The forebrain consists of, as I told you, consists of cerebrum and olfactory lobes, and this is the thinking part of the brain which controls the voluntary actions, and touch, smell, hearing, taste, sight, mental activities like thinking, learning, memory and emotions. That means it is very important part of the brain which controls most of the voluntary actions, जिनको हम अपनी इच्छा से कर सकते हैं ऐसे actions. Then the midbrain controls the involuntary actions which are not under the control of our will, and the reflex movement of head, neck and eyes. Reflex means अचानक spontaneous होने वाली actions, हमने पढ़ा है इसको. Then the hindbrain consists of cerebellum, pons and medulla. The cerebellum controls the body movement, balance and posture. That means posture means we can stand or sit properly in every position so that we cannot fall down. Then pons control the respiration process completely, and the medulla oblongata controls the heartbeat, blood pressure, swallowing, coughing, sneezing and vomiting, all the involuntary actions. This is the spinal cord. Spinal cord starts from the brain and it goes through the vertebral column. Inside the vertebral column, spinal cord is there, you can see here. And from spinal cord, there are 31 pairs of spinal nerves originates, and these nerves goes in all body parts and controls the reflex action, as well as it coordinates with the brain and all other body. So when we talk about the functions of spinal cord, so first is sensory and motor interventions. That means I told you about the types of nerves. So actually in spinal cord, both type of nerves together works, and in the entire body, from the head towards the toes of the body, so they goes through the spinal nerves itself. Then they also helps in the two-way conduction pathway between the body and brain, and it has the major centers for reflexes. Yes beta, this is all about the structure and functions of the human central nervous system. Now I'll show you one very interesting software, which is the human anatomy software, and through this software you can just see the 3D structures of the human brain and spinal cord. It is very interesting to see this software. When we will meet again in the school, I'll show you it on the interactive board also, so that you can enjoy it on a large screen. But for now, due to lockdown, you can enjoy it in your mobile screen only. Okay beta, so let's see it. Yes beta, this is the human anatomy software, and actually it is made for the medical students, but we can also enjoy this, we can learn with this. Whenever we will go back to school, I will show you it on the interactive board also. So but because of the lockdown and this pandemic, we have to learn it through a distant mode only. Okay, so here are the different systems in this human anatomy software. Anatomy means the internal structure. So I have on the nervous system, and nervous system, there are different topics in the nervous system, and because we are talking about the central nervous system, so let us see. So the central nervous system have two parts. You can see this, the brain and the spinal cord. I'll just, so this is brain and this is the spinal cord, right? Now again I'll go on the structure of brain. So the brain structure, you can see here, the outermost part, these are different lobes. Actually the cerebrum is divided into different lobes. So you can see here, all these are the lobes of cerebrum. So this is the cerebrum. Then this structure is actually the internal part of the cerebrum, where it is connected with the mid brain. Then this one is actually the part of, again part of forebrain, part of cerebrum, the lowest part of cerebrum. Then you can see here the this one, this is the hippocampus, or the part which connects the brain with the midbrain. Then this one is the cerebellum, left side cerebellum, of course, because it is the section of the brain. Then you can see here, this is this one. This all is the pituitary gland, different lobes of pituitary gland. I can just enlarge it again. Yes, beta. This is the pituitary gland's various lobes, and this portion actually where the pituitary glands connect, this is the hypothalamus, and the midbrain portion which connects with the hypothalamus, and hypothalamus connects with the pituitary gland. And that is why I told you that there are two systems which controls the control and coordination in human being, the nervous and the endocrine system, and this is called as neuroendocrine connection, the hypothalamus with the pituitary gland. And this structure is called as the pons. And ultimately in the last, you can see this portion, this one, this is the medulla oblongata, and from here the spinal cord arises, right? So I was telling you about the sulci and gyri. You can see here, just like the small intestine, very close the ridges and the outgrowths are present. So these are the sulci and these are the gyri. See, this is the gyrus and this one is the sulcus, right? So do you understand the structure of human brain? Then one more thing I want to show you, that this is all about the blood connection, how the major blood vessels goes inside the brain. And one more I want to show you, that see, because this is about the brain stem. See, if I put it like that, then I told you about the brain stem. So this is the brain stem. See, I'll show you the brain stem also. See, this one is the brain stem. So it is just like a stem on which the brain or the complete structure is found. See beta, this structure you can more clearly see in this one. See, right? So you can see here that you see, this is the cerebral hemisphere, and this whole structure connects with the another cerebral hemisphere so that the complete brain will form. So this is the beta central nervous system, and the spinal cord I have shown you. Now I want to show you one very interesting model. Actually, you know, in our school there are so many models for brain. A large brain is also there, but due to lockdown we couldn't access them, and that is why I have one very small but very good model for the central nervous system. Let us see this model. About the model of the skull and the spinal cord, the human central nervous system. So you can see here, here this is the skull complete, he is talking to you, and this one is the vertebral column inside which spinal cord is there. So let us dissect this complete model, right? So first you can see here the skull, the proper protects the brain, and here you can see that some specific types of joints are present on the skull, and these joints are called as sutures. And now we are opening this. See, we become the doctors. We have opened the brain, the skull, and now this brain. So I removed its brain. आप लोगों ने तो अपना अपना ब्रेन अपने पास रखा होगा, आई होप, पर मैंने इसका ब्रेन निकाल दिया बेचारे का. ओके, सो दिस नाउ यू कैन सी द ब्रेन, this is the brain, and here you can see that the sulci and gyres are there, right? And from here all the parts I have told you about, the these are the cerebellum, these two are the cerebral hemisphere, and when I just removed it, then you can see that two cerebral hemisphere are there, the right cerebral hemisphere and left cerebral hemisphere. Inside each part you can see this complete is the cerebrum, then this one is the middle brain, and here the light green structure is actually the pons and medulla oblongata, and this one the brown structure you can watch it through this portion also. This is the cerebellum, and this complete structure extends into this. You can see that the this vertebral column is connected to the skull, and inside the vertebral column this spinal cord is present. From each spinal cord from the spinal cord there are so many nerves are originates, and these nerves goes into various parts of the body and coordinates with the body parts, right? So this is brain and this is spinal cord, and the brain is located like this inside the skull, and the skull protects the brain from the mechanical injuries and from the means it protects the brain properly, because brain is very fragile organ. So this is all about this model I was talking about. So after completion of both the aids, what we have seen, the software and the model of the human brain, I hope you enjoyed both of them. And now let us rewind the whole session by asking some question to ourselves, and so you have to answer this question. First question is, which signal will get disrupted in case of a spinal cord injury? It means अगर spinal cord में कुछ लग जाती है, injury हो जाती है, तो किस तरह के signals में problems होंगी, ठीक है? Then second, which part of the brain maintains posture and equilibrium of the body? And the third one is, how does the brain and spinal cord get protected? You have to write down these questions and answer these questions into your classwork copy. Homework: draw a labeled diagram of human brain, then write functions of the parts of human brain, in which cerebrum, midbrain, hypothalamus, cerebellum, pons, medulla oblongata. You have to write all the functions of these parts. And last question is, what is the role of spinal cord in control and coordination? After this session, I have given a link here. You can note down it. And beta, this is the link where you can see very interesting animated video of human brain and spinal cord. So you can just imagine again the complete session, and whatever we learn, it will just revise your learning again at any time you want at your home. So beta, this is all for this session. Thank you.